So here is chicken nuggets. We got them back in June, mid-June, and they were a week old at that time. I'm pretty sure the gray guy here is a rooster, but I'm not sure about Chick back there, the darker one. The tail I just noticed started kind of curving, but I was hoping that it was, you know, a pair. They are Welsummer Easter egger mixes. They got poofy cheeks. So we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure Nuggets here, the gray one, crowed this morning when I was feeding the others. I'm gonna close them up. They are our farmer's market chickens, which means that every couple weeks over the summer, I was putting them in a little dog kennel, not little, but a wire dog kennel that I would transport up to the Oneida Farmers Market to show kids the life cycle, because our theme for the summer was cycle of our food. So the goal was that by this next Thursday, October 4th, which is our last day, they will be full size, which I'm pretty sure they are by now. And we can show them from, you know, when they were chicks fitting in my hand to now full size, what they look like. It is about time that we start, run away. Turn out the garden. We planted artichokes, regular artichokes, and this is the biggest one. But the problem is that I'm seeing is the raspberries here are kind of overtaking everything. I mean, if you see in here, they're like everywhere. All of this garden space was built up. I go to a local compost facility, and I get in the spring and in the fall mulch and wood chips that I pile up over everything, or it's from underneath. It was spots that were underneath a cover. So we've got some of Ava's flowers still going. So these are calico beans, I believe, if I remember right. They all grew from seed that I saved last year, which I got from St. Clair's heirloom seeds in Gillette, Wisconsin. They're a private, small, family-run business, and they have a lot of heirloom seeds that I like, you know, and they're grown in Wisconsin. So if they offer it on their website, it means that they've grown it themselves. Anyhow, I'm gonna do leather breeches out of them, so they just dry, and then you use them as dried beans. Nothing produced in the artichoke, so hopefully it'll survive winter. I'm gonna mulch it over really good. It got pretty big down in there, if you can see the stems. That got pretty good, but there's been no bulbs coming up. So hopefully it's just a year one thing. I got this at Young's Garden Center in Stevens Point. There was a 3-pack of them. No, 4-pack. The other 2 are over here. I'm contemplating on moving these guys over by the other one. And I've got some thyme here, but it never really took off. There was some onions in here, and I believe I harvested them all. Here's our tomatoes, half of the bunch, and some jalapenos. I don't know why we have jalapenos, nobody eats them, but that's what grew. But we've got some squash in here, look at that. You see that one there? There's tomatoes. And we've got a trellis going up here. These cattle panel pieces we got a couple of years ago from the dump. Been sitting here for a couple of years. Anyhow, last year I had a smaller compact area where the bottom fence here was just surrounding this. So it ended like right here. And I only used one of these panels to wrap around the whole area. Now this year, I went and opened it up and put a second one around here to give a little bit more space to keep other animals out, because something is getting in there and eating the tomatoes. Now these corn, I don't know where they came from. They might have been scattered, of course, from birds and stuff, because I give the chickens scratch grains too. But I got the spaghetti squash to work up the trellis. Over here is either butternut squash or acorn squash going up. And it amazes me, you know, it's getting cold out and we still have blossoms coming on. So we got a couple of butternut there. There's an acorn in there somewhere. See it? Well, I'm gonna, over the next couple of days this week, look at all of them. Look at that. You see all that spaghetti squash? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least hanging there. And there's another one down there on the ground. There's a zucchini plant in there somewhere. I've gotten a handful of zucchini. There's another zucchini right there. And then I just got the tomatoes to also climb up there. I don't think I'm going to put tomatoes with squash next year. It's not working. Because everything vines so easily, I think I'm just going to work on one vine thing in this area and one vine type of thing in another area. You know, keep the vining produce separate. So like maybe I'll keep all the squash here, and then over here maybe I'll do another one with all tomatoes and get them to vine up. And I don't know where else, maybe back here, put cucumbers and get them to vine up. And this time of year is really the time of year that we need to keep an eye out at the dump to watch for more fencing stuff that comes in, because that's the best way to get free stuff, is when you get it free. You know, you got to keep your eyes peeled. Here are the chickens now. Yeah, there's some parent ducks. Okay, those over there, there's 3 of them there. Let me get in here. The reds are from last year. Let me see, can I get some? I leave these boards here so that we can get some bugs sometimes as little treats. But always be careful. Look at who's stealing the food. Silly duckies. She was quite scarred from our roosters last year, as you can see. And finally, it's taken, we butchered them in May, I believe, the roosters from last year. So they were a year old. And it's taken her all summer to even start, if you can see, start growing her feathers back. That one was practically untouched by them, and she's got a little saddle issue, but they're slowly coming back. That's definitely one of the roosters that came this spring in May. They were born in May. That's a Chanticleer. There is a mottled Java rooster. Right on this side of the chain link is a female Chanticleer. There's another mottled Java. Let's see who else we can get. We got another mottled Java there. Another rooster. And then we've got, let me see, are you guys gonna walk together? No. The one that's just walking around, that is a Barnvelder rooster. And then right there and there are Barnvelder hens. There's another Chanticleer rooster. And we've got one more Shanti hen somewhere. Look at these guys. Butchering is next weekend. These guys are 9 weeks old about. We're gonna wait till 10 weeks. So this weekend we're gonna be butchering with Miss Crystal, our neighbor. Where is your other one? I'm hoping she's inside. I just moved the pallet this morning, so that's what they're scratching at there. What all did you guys find, huh? What? What are you clucking at? That one is the one that goes broody on me a lot. Aren't they just so cute? There is another group, another family of ducks. A mama and I want to say 5 or 6 ducklings, and they're between this age and their age. So, can I get in here? Who's up there? Oh, there's Frozen. Okay, see, Frozen usually likes to hide in here, but the last couple weeks she hasn't gotten in there. I have to go through here and clean up that mess in there. I should put boards on top. I need to get a board on top. I'll probably have to glue it somehow, but I don't know how since we can't exactly get inside of there. This was a coop that we bought pre-made. And I'm putting seed in there instead of straw. For some reason they like to, they seem to do better on laying, call it weird, when there's seed in there. Where did the other one go? Maybe she's still in there. Miss Ava decided that she had to go and pet one of the Chanticleer roosters, and she just kept walking towards it, not reading cues from the rooster that, you know, he wanted to be left alone. So he actually jumped up and kind of foot-butted her near the knees. It wasn't anything to knock her over, but she got quite a scolding from me and Miss Crystal, because we were kind of looking at the chickens together, and we told her, you cannot do that. You know, you have to, if they're walking away from you, then you leave them be, because that's, you know. But now that one kind of attacked her, I don't know which one it was, because they both look very alike. So I'm thinking we'll have to put both of the Shanties down. And I only got them because, one, they were on the endangered heritage breed list. They were bred in Canada, and we're in Wisconsin. So if they're good for Canadian winters, then they've got to be good for Wisconsin winters too. They have barely any comb. It's very flat. Not a rose comb, but it's like a flat mushy pillow, if that makes any sense. And I guess they're supposed to be very winter hardy, cold weather hardy. So that's, you know, kind of why I went with them. Yeah, we don't need 5 roosters for 15 hens, do we? There is a crop duster that sprays over there, and I found out from neighbors that he has been dusting, releasing the junk yuck stuff before he even gets to the field, which makes sense because I start sneezing, Ava starts sneezing, Jonathan starts sneezing. So we've been told that if we hear him coming, get out the camera and start recording to see if we can catch him in the act of actually releasing before he gets to the field. because supposedly that's possibly what's happening to that tree and maybe all of these front trees here. Because I think it's the same thing on the other side of the driveway there. I'm not sure. Those are younger trees over there. Look at that. Sticking their heads in there to eat my tomatoes. That I'm hoping, you know, we have all this free fruit here. It'd be great to be able to make some half-gallons of cider. Because kind of half-gallon's the biggest size that I have right now.